the fan, want more ASUN championships? Well, the Flames deliver. We tell you about Liberty's latest hardware, and we go in the fire with the softball program.
Plus, a terrific story on the Dykema sisters who play Liberty field hockey. It's all straight ahead on this edition of Flame Central. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got trophies on my mind. I can never get enough.
Okay.
Welcome to Flame Central. I'm crazy. He's Rhett. So much winning to get to on today's show, Rhett. I'm not sure if we can fit it into one show.
Yeah, but we're going to have to. We're going to touch on another ASUN championship in just a moment. But first, we start with an award. Liberty football back in the news again as Malik Willis continues to make history for the Flames. He does so this week by being named the Dudley Award winner. The Dudley Award is given to the best college football player in the state of Virginia. Malik becomes the first Flame ever to receive the award. It's the highest honor in the Commonwealth of Virginia as well. Willis led Liberty to their second straight Cure Bowl win. Plus, he led all quarterbacks in the nation with 944 rushing yards and 14 rushing touchdowns. Here's what Malik had to say about the recognition.
I was just really surprised, and I was very thankful. It's definitely an honor to be placed with some of those great names that I wanted before. It's just a surreal feeling. It just made me feel like really excited about everything we had done and everything we have left to do. You know, it's a big deal that we've brought this much exposure to the program, and that's what Coach Freeze said when he was recruiting me here. He said we want to win games and we want to put us on the map.
Such a humble young man. Switching to the courts, 1987. That was the first year of the Liberty men's tennis team. The program has come a long way in the last 34 years, but the Flames had yet to win a conference title. LU set a new school record with 19 wins this season. So why stop writing history now? The Flames secured their first ever conference crown after taking down FGCU 4-0 in the ASUN Championship. It also marked the first win over the Eagles. LU's Rafael Marquez de Silva and Deji Thomas-Smith were named the ASUN All-Tournament team, while Marquez de Silva received MVP honors. The Flames continue their season with the ASUN automatic bid to the 2021 Division I Tennis Championship, their first ever appearance. That begins May 7th.
Well, as a Cinderella run for Lady Flames soccer through the ASUN tournament, underdogs in all their matches, the Flames found themselves in the NCAA College Cup, but would their run continue? Let's find out. Flames and Huskies down in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was a great start for Washington. Less than 2 minutes into the game, and a strike from the top of the box from Mira Husson would beat J. Rowe to give the Huskies the lead. 41st minute, a foot race to the ball would see Carly Stuckel win the battle with a high chip over J. Rowe and a friendly fall into the back of the cage. 2-0 Huskies. Flames would come close on a number of occasions, striking the bar multiple times, but could never capitalize. Huskies take it by a 3-0 score, ending Liberty's incredible season.
ACC Schmacc. LU baseball has taken care of business against these Power 5 programs this season, beating UVA, Wake Forest, UNC, Virginia Tech. Rhett, some of those contests, not even close.
That's true.
So let's see if the Flames can keep the fire burning as they head up the street to Charlottesville for another matchup with UVA. The Flames got things going early. Second inning, 2 on for Cam Locklear. He singles to bring home Brady Gulikowski and Trey McDyer. Liberty gets on the board first, 2-0. And it doesn't stop there in the second inning, Rhett. Aaron Anderson reaches on a fielding error by UVA, and it's 5-0 Flames. But eventually, the Cavaliers would start chipping away. Seventh inning, LU still has the lead, 5-3, but Brandon Rivoli has something to say about that with a 2-run RBI single that ties it up. And then in the eighth, UVA's Kyle Teal sends it out of the park to give the Cavaliers the lead. Liberty left a season-high 13 men on base as Virginia takes a victory 6-5. The Flames will host Bellarmine for a weekend series up next.
Well, softball dipping their toes in the ACC as well, this time hosting the Virginia Tech Hokies, who were ranked in the top 20 in multiple polls. This game early on would belong to Keely Richard, one of the top pitchers in the nation, would have 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. We head to the top of the third, Hokies up 2-0, when Alexa Milius would drive a shot to center, the Hokies' second bomb of the day to make it 3-0 Tech. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Hokies. 2 runners on for the Flames, Caroline Hudson at the dish, and boy, did she pick a perfect time for her first home run. A smash to left center, and the game was tied at 3-all. Both teams would threaten in the 8th, but we go to the bottom of the 9th. Madison Vi on base, and again, Caroline Hudson at the dish. The line drive would have enough gas in the tank for her second home run of the game, giving the Flames a walk-off victory over Virginia Tech. The first time the Flames have beaten a ranked opponent at Liberty Softball Stadium. Well, let's stay on the diamond as we continue with our In the Fire series. This is the final installment of the first season, and we thought who better to see behind the scenes than Dr. Dot Richardson, who has her Lady Flames primed for a run at the ASUN title. So let's go in the fire with Liberty Softball during their last weekend series against Bellarmine.
This is a point in the season where I want all of you to start thinking about every rep you take being in the game. It doesn't matter who's throwing the ball, doesn't matter who's fielding it. We play our game. Smooth as silk now with that swing. Get that barrel in the zone. If you don't have practices that put that pressure and that excitement in them, then you're not really preparing them for the feeling in a game. And let's be honest, there's nothing like game play. A safety squeeze and a squeeze, you must bunt that pitch. No exception. Let's win this game, Sav. Tie ball game. Down, yes! Woo! Woo! We win! We win!
Practice is fun. There's a lot of energy. The coaches, they want us to play fast. They want us to practice fast so that, when we're in a game, that we practice like we play.
A cut has to be able to what? Cut it. Focus on the ball. Nothing but the ball. You hear people saying wall, wall, wall. Ball is first. Ball, then the wall.
Bullpen is a fun, unique experience. Each day is different. Coach Cass bringing it every day. We're always doing new drills.
You need to take it and be confident in it, okay? And you guys need to be affirming that or saying, no, you can do better. Okay, so today you're practicing this relationship right here.
Coach Cass really just prepares us for the week and whoever we're playing. You have to be very mentally tough and have a great mindset as a pitcher because there's going to be a lot of highs and lows, but just being able to stay consistent through it and doing your best.
The stronger that you get and the farther you go in postseason, you have to have it in the circle. And offensively, you got to just keep the grit going and manufacture runs. Get out of here, ball. Kara Canetto is unbelievable. That's how to hit it outside. She's leading the team in batting average with over 400. She just plays the game because she loves it.
Smooth as silk. Extension is my best friend. You gotta use it. It's muscle memory. With practice and just stepping in the box, I just trust that, what I've been practicing is gonna produce in the game. Oh yeah, perfect.
It is not about who we're playing, you guys. It's really about how we're playing the game and why we're playing it. You're gonna perform because of why you're here and how you're gonna do it. You do that, great things are gonna happen.
Chapel before game time is a pretty unique experience. Puts you in the right mindset of, God brought us here and this is where we're supposed to be.
It's easy to just get caught up in batting average, ERA, fielding percentage, but I know that you'll play way more freely if you play with your identity in Christ.
Chapel just kind of gives you a perspective of remembering that softball isn't all that matters. Maybe you might be the only glimpse that people see of Christ through the way you play, and so it's really important to go out there and do everything for God.
Thank you for the opportunities you give all of us. Thank you for loving us and calling us your own. And I just pray that we glorify you out in the field today. And thank you for all you've done. And we love you. Amen.
Amen. So let's have joy. Let's do it and do it in a great way. Because you are who the great I am says you are. Today, the lineup. DP is going to be Carly. You ready? Pitching, where are you? Curve, you got the ball.
It's it's a beautiful day for ASUN softball in Lynchburg, Virginia. Hey there, friends. Welcome to Camp Ice Field at Liberty Softball Stadium, where today the Flames host the Bellarmine Knights. When you think about a season that has gone exactly the way you want it to, that is Emily Kirby.
That away, Kirby! Set it down, big shooter! Rockin' fire!
Standing in the circle, you just gotta clear your mind, don't think about your surroundings and just go for it.
And there's strikeout number 1 on the day. Goatley chasing after it.
See it, hit it, it'll go! All right, come on, let's do this. Break it open. Come on! Come on!
Off the first baseman into right field. 1 run scores, 2 will score. Sweat in at second base.
Drive into it, eh? Drive into it! Yes, come on! Go, 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 go. Come on, come on. Go, 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 go hard, go hard!
Hinetto will come around, and a 2 RBI single for Carly Keeney.
Okay, look at the runner's on, watch. She's changing her position, watch.
And there's another swing and miss throw down, and that will be in time. The strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Strike him out, throw him out.
Green won the count now to Madison Vi. Hard to believe her Liberty career coming to a close as well. She'll drive this one into the gap. Turning third, Madison Vi slides in with an RBI triple.
That's how to hit the ball. Nice. Great job. That had to feel good, huh? Smooth as silk. Drive it.
Howard first pitch swinging, drives it to center field. Hodem around third. Here comes the throw. Stand up, walking across the plate, Megan Hodem, and that'll do it. 8-0 Flames. That's the ball game.
Great job. Awesome. Way to hit that ball. Kirby, great job. Way to throw it. Nice job.
Well, still to come, the story of the Dykema sisters and another installment of Warm, Hot, and Fuego.
Plus our top plays from the month of April. That's when Flame Central returns.
Since 1971, Liberty University has had one mission: training champions for Christ. We've been at this for a while, and in the shadow of the Blue Ridge Mountains, we have grown to be a global force. Today, Liberty runs over 100,000 students around the globe, studying across 15 colleges and schools. And among that, proudly over 30,000 military students and their families. Across 700 programs of study, we train as one: nurses, artists, business leaders of the future and today. Together, we work to give back through service trips, local community work, and over 500,000 volunteer hours per year. And we play just as hard as we study, with 20 NCAA athletic programs and over 40 club sports teams. So, who are we? We are Liberty University, and we train champions for Christ.
Behind every great leader, change maker, and essential worker is a teacher. Though teaching today may mean inspiring students from home, at Liberty University, we've been inspiring students from home for over 30 years. Earn your Bachelor of Education degree 100% online and graduate prepared for licensure and classroom ready, wherever that classroom may be. So the leaders, change makers, and essential workers of tomorrow can be inspired by you.
Welcome back to Flame Central. At one time, the Dykema sisters, Ashley, Bethany, and Emily, were in a similar position as a lot of us, not very familiar with the sport of field hockey. Eventually, the trio would go from siblings at home to teammates on the field, but they remained family first, especially during a fragile time just years ago.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Bethany.
I'm Emily.
And we're the Dykema sisters.
Three sisters playing on the same Division I team is not a usual occurrence. But then again, neither was the Dykema's introduction to the sport of field hockey.
We were homeschooled, so we didn't really have that school community, and my mom wanted us to make friends, and so there was this homeschool PE class, and they were offering field hockey as an option, and my mom was like, I have no idea what this is, but it sounds cool, so I'm gonna put Ashley in it. And so I started, and then they kind of followed along after that.
2 years after Ashley started playing with that PE class, I was like, I want to do this. So I, went to mom and I was like, hey, can I do this too? And she was like, of course. Like Ashley loves it, so why not get you guys all involved in it?
I actually didn't like it at all in the beginning. I remember we would go to practice, and all I wanted to do was just sit on the sideline and read my books. I didn't want to go, I didn't want to play. Eventually that changed, and I actually ended up loving the sport, but in the beginning it was just something I did because my sisters and my brother were doing it, but it was an interesting start.
With all three sisters on board, the Dykemas went all in, even turning their backyard into a field hockey pitch. This love of the game, along with a love for each other, has given them a special bond on the field.
There is a trust factor between the three of us that you're not gonna see even with a really good team culture, and I think that just comes with being sisters. I feel like I can expect the most out of them, and I know that even if I can't give the most to them, they're gonna be there for me.
There is that competitiveness in, a sister relationship, but I think it's a good competitiveness.
You have teammates who will pull that out of you, but there's just something so different about it being sisters and being able to have that safe space on the field in that moment.
I think there's just an accountability level that they have for each other that's different because they're literally family. And then in other ways, I don't notice it at all. They're as competitive as they are with each other, I feel, against other people, which is an invaluable asset, I think.
The sisters don't take this time together for granted. Coming from a tight-knit family, it was just a few years ago that the Dykemas saw firsthand how fragile this life can be when their younger brother began experiencing health issues.
Corey had started to not feel well, kind of the typical fever, just fatigue, things like that. And so my parents were like, okay, well, let's just take you to the doctor and see if they can, find anything wrong. So he ended up going to the doctor, and they diagnosed him with hand, foot, and mouth. He was probably 15 at the time. And so things started to get significantly worse fast, and he started to not be able to eat, barely drinking anything, losing significant amount of body weight. And I remember just looking at him in my parents' bedroom, and I could see his spine and his ribs, and he just looked like a skeleton to me. And I remember just thinking this is not okay. What is happening to my brother? And so they ended up admitting him to the hospital and running a bunch of tests to try and figure out what was wrong with him.
I just remember he didn't look like our brother at all. And I just remember running to the sunroom, and I just fell on my knees, and I just it was a moment where you have to decide if this faith is just something that you do because your parents did it and you just go to Sundays, or is it is there really God that you believe in and you trust even with the life of your little brother? And I remember him walking out of the house and just he couldn't even walk on his own, and I just didn't know what to do. And I just remember taking a moment, and I was like, all right, it's all or nothing. God, I believe you, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, you're still good. I just opened up my Bible, and I went to the back of it and I looked up the word heal, and just verse after verse of talking about God being our healer and being there and just binding up our wounds. And I just remember holding on to those verses as my life.
And I ended up writing like a little booklet of verses I just thought he would like to hear. But I didn't even know if he'd be able to read them because he was just so sick and out of it. Like we would talk to him and he just like wasn't even registering anything. And so I left the book over the night there at the hospital, and we woke up the next morning to my dad texting us, and he was like, "You're never gonna believe what happened." He said that he woke up to my little brother across the room from his bed, standing up on his own reading the booklet of verses. Keep in mind, like my brother hadn't been able to go to the bathroom by himself, walk by himself, get up from the bed by himself. So that was a really significant moment in my spiritual walk with Jesus where like it became real to me.
There are those moments where like your faith takes a turning point, and I think that was one for all three of us.
Days later, Corey would be released from the hospital. A miraculous recovery that has strengthened the family and, more importantly, the faith of the Dykemas.
I think that is a testament to God saying, this is my will, like this is my power. That was truly like a miracle of God. And it's really cool to see like how our brother has bounced back from it. Like he's totally normal now, like annoying little brother, same thing. But it's just like a really cool testimony, not just for him, but for us having experienced that.
Whenever I go through struggles now, I'm always like, you know what? It is what it is, and like it's part of your will, and I'm surrendering it to you, God. And like that was my biggest takeaway from the whole experience. And you know, we often go through experiences and we don't think about it in the moment, but like we do come out stronger on the other end. And I think this made all three of us stronger and made our relationship with both Christ and like our family in general stronger. So I think it was just something like we had to go through to be where we are today. The Bible promises us that He's going to work all things together for the good of those who love Him. And so I think that's a hard thing to hold on to, because if it's not given to you right in front of your face in that moment, it's hard to hold on to it and endure. But whether it's 10 years from now, 5 years from now, in the next life, like you will see those situations work together for your good, because God has never promised something and not followed through with it.
Three sisters on the same team, growing as players, people, and most importantly, growing closer to God.
Wait, get closer. Yeah, get closer.
Oh, such a great family and feature produced by our very own Helmut Montoya.
Their little brother's a stud field hockey player as well. Corey, he's going to be on Team USA in the future. You watch, he's a really good player.
Awesome. Well, now it's time for WEF, Warm, Hot, and Fuego.
Yes.
Rhett breaks down the top players, moments of the week. Each week he has a theme. What's our theme this week,
This
Rhett?
theme, you know, I'm not really a hip person, I would say.
Well,
so
I don't know if you saw the introduction to the show. I am.
Well, I got some words here I thought that might align with people.
Okay.
I want to try it out. So the first
Let's
one
start with
was
warm.
warm. Gabe Finley, ASUN Freshman of the Year. I think he's Gucci. Would that work? Just like his performance
I
this
think
year is
maybe
Gucci?
10 years ago. But
okay,
yeah,
I don't know. You know, I just tried to try it out here. But this guy, you look at the stat line for Gabe and you're thinking, how did he get ASUN Freshman of the Year? He only has 1 assist on the entire season. But if you actually watch the kid play, oh my goodness, like he will be a Liberty great. He has a fantastic motor, such speed, great IQ for the game, had tied for the team lead in shots with 18. This is a guy just that creates for others, and so many times when you watch him play, something he does will lead to a goal. He may not get the assist, which you saw on the stat line this season, but this is a kid that just produces so much for his teammates.
Yeah, and he's the coach's son, so you know there's that
Yes.
extra pressure there. Okay, from warm we move to hot. What's our hip word for
I'll
hot?
kind of throw it in the middle. It's Elijah Cuffey, and he was obviously, we know, Defensive Player of the Year. Also just got named ASUN Winner for Life. Excellence on the field and off the playing surface. And what a year he had. You know, 12 steals, 11 blocks, 9.6 points per game. All these people saying a guard cannot win Defensive Player of the Year. You remember them saying that? Yeah. He clapped back. He was just like, no, I can, and he did. And he had a tremendous season. Everything that he went through, so happy for the guy. Really, a winner for life. I think that's an excellent honor for him.
So Rhett is actually telling you words that will be hip. Clap back will
What are you talking? I Googled
hip.
this, and it
okay.
said.
That's
you know,
that's your problem. You just got to go
around
around
Should I use
campus.
Bing? I don't know.
We end things with the
Yeah.
top moment or player in Fuego.
Yeah.
What's the hip word?
Irvin
Who it is?
Chang, and obviously a golfer, tremendous career as a Liberty Flame, and on fleek, because he is also, is that?
I don't know.
What are you looking at me
I just know
for?
that, like, I got that drip, that that good
I feel
style.
like you're
and
killing this edition of WEF.
I
All right,
usually
second
do when
time
Matt
he has
Warner
been
is in
the
here.
ASUN Golf Scholar Athlete, and you think about Irvin coming in, obviously coming into a new country. He's been able to keep up his academics at a high level, and he's also a tremendous golfer. So congratulations to him in Fuego this week. He has had a great year.
Can't wait to see what he and the golf team do in regionals.
Yes.
All right, coming up next, top plays. Don't go anywhere.
Times are changing. At Liberty, we've made it our priority to grow, to learn, to improve. But even with all the change, our purpose remains. We want to equip people to go make a difference through their calling in their communities around the world. And though we are blessed with an amazing campus, our most valuable resource has always been the people, our students, and those who inspire them. It's the people who serve, maintain, support. It's you.
What's really important? Not the buildings, not the mountain, not the property, but the young people who use these buildings, who study in these facilities. They are important.
No matter what the future holds, we will stay focused on our goal. And the people of Liberty University are how we will continue to carry out our mission. They are the ones who empower us to
Training champions for Christ.
Champions for Christ.
Training champions for Christ.
Hey there, friends. Thanks for sticking around. You know, another month down, and with all the success that we've seen from the Flames, we did not have to dig too deep for our top 5 plays.
The bigger issue, though, Rhett, is deciding what plays we put in the countdown and which plays we're forced to leave out. It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it. Play number 5, Liberty Baseball on the road at Virginia. UVA's Kyle Teal driving one the opposite way, but Aaron Anderson is there to rob a home run. Anderson, who made our number 1 play for the month of March, checks in at number 5 this time. Much more from Liberty Baseball in just a moment.
Oh, in love with the glove, but first let's go to the softball diamond. Amber Bishop-Riley making some history. This home run was number 59 of her career, giving her more than anyone else in Lady Flames history. Also gave her 5 straight seasons of 10 or more home runs. That's an NCAA record, an historic day for one of the program's all-time greats.
Right, you know a girl's best friend?
What's that?
A diamond. Moving over to baseball, the Flames hosting Wake Forest, and Jalen Guy is not a gracious host, robbing a base hit and then making a throw from his knees to double off the runner at second base. Guy has a knack for making spectacular defensive plays, and if you thought this one was good, oh, you just wait.
Oh, is he coming? Oh, okay. That's a tease. Overtime at the ASUN Women's Soccer Championship. A penalty kick for Liberty's McKinley Burkett, and she delivers a beautiful goal, game winner, knocked off Kennesaw State, sent the Owls back to their nest, and sent the Flames on to the NCAA tournament. That capped off an incredible Cinderella run through the ASUN tourney for the Flames, one of the great moments in their history.
All right, top play of the month of April. More from that guy. As promised, Liberty Baseball taking on Lipscomb. And with the bases loaded, Jalen Guy makes a sliding catch and then gets to his feet and guns down the runner at the dish. A really good catch, but an elite throw as Guy put it right on the money for the final out of the inning. And that is no doubt, Rhett, your top play from the month of April. We want to thank you for joining us this week on a fantastic show of a lot of winning here at Flame Central.
Yeah, make sure you go to our website, libertyflamecentral.com, and check us out on our podcast as well. Scott Jackson coming up soon. It's all Gucci.
All right.